Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Cobra here. Welcome back to the channel. Now, today for this video, we're giving you an updated Battlefield 6 settings video. Now, for this, we are going to go over some minor tweaks that I have personally done during the gameplay in Weekend 1. So, for those who are new in Weekend 2, hope this is a great reference for you as far as getting into the game. Let's hop into it. Now, for those who are new to the game and want to access your settings, tab over to the cogwheel right over here at the top. We're going to first start with gameplay. Now, everybody has their own personal preference when it comes to driving vehicles inverted or not. This is your section right here to do so. Now, if you wish to have them off, on, or customize, that's your section right there to drive tanks, jets, you name it. That's the section you want to hit right there. Now scroll on down to capture area outline. I leave this on. This is a great indicator to playing maps such as Breakthrough, Capture the Flag, to kind of let you know and keep you aware of what's going on the map as far as what things to capture and whatnot. As we scroll on down, I made a tweak to our infantry aim sensitivity. I found a sweet spot and I left this down at 40. Double tap forward sprint. I know we have 3 different options. You can leave them off, sprint, or auto sprint. Me, I left it off. Originally, I said auto sprint on, but for some reason, the game felt a little clunky and weird when you're trying to start running in game, and it just felt very weird with the auto on, so I left it off. All these other settings right here, I left on as the default, left them as is. Mount breakout. This is right here. So if you're holding down a certain alleyway or behind some cover, leave this on instant. So in case if you're getting rushed by tanks or enemies are starting to shoot at you, leave this off instant so you can get to cover as fast as possible. This section right here, now there's choices when it comes to your interact and reload, such as prioritize interact. Me, I leave it on prioritize reload because you want to reload your gun first. That's most important, especially with a ton of enemies that you'll be dealing with on the map. Vehicle aim sensitivity and everything else I kind of leave as is, but helicopter control assist, leave on, especially for having difficulty myself when it came to driving jets and helicopters. Definitely leave that on to kind of help you out. Now we're scrolling down to aim assist. Leave everything as is. I originally tweaked some of the aim assist settings myself and it did not work out. Leave them as is and you'll be in a much better spot when it comes to playing the game. Now to access your controller settings, we're going to go down over here, edit settings. We're going to scroll all the way down. So for controller tuning, press modify. Now I leave controller vibration off. Nobody likes a shaky controller. When they're in any gunfights, it's super annoying. Leave that off. My dead zones, personally, I felt comfortable around 13 on my left and right triggers. Or, my control sticks. For my left and right, my triggers are down to 0 and 5. Gyro, I have off. Don't want to mess with it. Don't want to deal with it. Leave it off. Makes things simple. Everything else is as is. Now to graphics. For graphics, you have 3 different options. For your performance presets, you can have it customized, balanced, because I leave it on this particular setting for performance because I want to be as competitive as possible, not too much strain onto my CPU or GPU. Leave it on here. For your graphics and everything else, if you do wish to modify it, you can click this section right here. I leave everything on auto, low, but there are different sections right here where you can adjust the graphics depending on your GPU. And you can even customize it as well. Me, I just leave it as is. Now back to graphics. I don't know why the menu is always like that. For brightness, I left it at 65. It felt very comparable as far as viewing everything on the map. Sharpness, 50. Your field of view, I've left this on 120. Now I know you can also scroll on down to about 90, anywhere between 90 and maybe like 106. But me personally, I left it on 120. Yeah, I'll have a little bit harder time finding snipers on the map. Now for vehicles, I have this maxed out to 83, especially for driving tanks, flying helicopters, jets. Leave it to the max and leave this on wide. For those that do not like any motion blur whatsoever with your weapons or what's going on in the map, tone those down to 0. These settings right here for your film grain, turn those off. It's not really needed. Now for icons and anything else, you can go ahead and click this right here. If you wish to customize your crosshairs, you can leave it to a certain color. Me, I leave it like a teal. I know people like purple, red. This right here, it's like the best setting right there to customize as far as what you want your stuff to look like. Sorry. Menus like that. I hope it gets fixed. Back to modifying crosshairs and everything else. For your hit indicators, you can also customize your colors as well to let you know if you're hitting regular body shots, headshots, kill colors. Best spot right there to customize. Back to graphics. Chat visibility. Now this, you can always hide. You can show, or when active, I leave it on hide just so I don't have to see the big old pop-up menu for people typing in game. Now to access audio. For your sound system, you can leave it on your headphones, your stereo. Me, I leave it on auto, less to deal with. There's various tracks and music that you can listen to within the game itself. You have your default mix, high dynamics, night mode, war tapes, and if you want to make it sound like a movie, there's another section right here for war tapes as well. Me personally, I have audio off. I also have music off just because when I do stream and everything else, I kind of like to concentrate and figure out what's going on. There's already a lot of talk within your teammates that you're going to be playing with. I try to have all my music off. That's just me personally, just so I can pay attention as far as what's going on. You can enable voice chat right here. They have different chat positions, which will eventually be something that will be in the future for proximity chat. So you'll have your different options when it comes to directional, in-world, flat. So if you're talking with teammates and teammates around you, prox chat, this will be your section right there to adjust as is. Me, I'm going to leave it off for the time being because I like talking with my friends on Discord. Now, this is also right here, enable music. That's also something that I discussed earlier. So if you wish to have different music playing in the background, whether you're driving in a passenger of a vehicle, this will be your section right here to adjust that. Now, for our last section, system. Here is the section right here in system for your settings, especially for content creators who wish to hide their ID or stay anonymous. You can adjust those as is if you please. Modify your mini map. So when I'm on the map, especially for those very big maps, it makes things a lot easier to have everything rotate to where you're pointing, to where you're running, especially when there's all kinds of stuff going on, from tanks firing, jets coming down from the air, your enemies are shooting at you. You're trying to make things as simple as possible, leave view rotation on when you're traversing around in the map. And you can also change the size settings as well for that as well. But I kind of leave those as is. Now back to extras, nothing else over here. And that's going to be pretty much it. So once again, if you found this video informative, for whether you are coming back from weekend 1 or you are new to the game, this is a nice reference for those, especially on controller, playing Battlefield 6. So if you can, and do me a huge favor, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new. We'll be definitely doing more informative content, especially when Battlefield 6 does come out in October 10th. And we'll do another updated settings video and more things in the future. So once again, hope you guys all have a good day. Y'all take care. Peace.